Alright. Good evening, chat. We're with our 5th day in a row. And I'm gonna play some tank today. Maybe finally I'll get to use one of my capped ether shields. Maybe. I'll have this with me. Fine. I think. Need another one of those. Anything that I need of. Macro raise. Ether shields. Maybe I need at max 2 because of the knock by Dinner Secret that I'm gonna inform. So I still have a lot of space. Or Mimic. Because why not? I don't even know where I'm gonna use it, but... Right? And start a ready check. Seems like a lot of people are done. If if you're ready and your party leader gives you a go, you can jump down on the portal. Okay, planning is also posted as well. So if you have not done so yet, columns, you can also hop down a voice chat. Jamie will. Both traps north, that is quite nice. Right. Again, if we have everyone here in the correct voice. Don't forget to jump down if you're golems. Two more people. No matter, they will probably notice when I start explaining that they're not in the correct voice chat. So, First things first, I want you all to take a look in DRS chat. I posted 2 pictures there, and we would need the first one, that is slimes. As you can see in game as well, I set up like the 4 markers as in to kind of have like the 4 rooms. Find your name on the picture and please go to the corresponding room, please. I know that you know where to go. If you're not sure, you can ask your party leaders. If they also don't know, you can ask me. Yes, Happy, you take Almas. Didn't bother changing the name, sorry. Okay, that looks fine-ish. At least majority of people know where they're going. Starting with the easiest job in here. Well, that's something I actually really want to avoid, but okay. Right. Starting with the easiest job in here, that will be the DPSs. You will be going inside the rooms. Like once we open this door, then you can go inside your rooms and you stay inside your rooms. The thing is, you have nothing to look for in the hallways because the only thing you have to focus on only happens in the room anyway. And what do you need to focus on? That is the red slimes. The red slimes, they only spawn inside the rooms, and that's why you don't have to move anywhere else. So once the red slimes spawn inside the rooms, grab a hold of them and kill them ASAP. The red slimes, they will also tether to the first person that damages them, and then will follow that person around. They deal a little bit of damage, but it's not too much, so don't worry about that. So if you see a red slime spawning, grab it and then pull it into a corner in the room. Also, like, just pull it away from the tank, because the tank will have to move from the center of the room to the hallway and then back and forth 2 times. So that's it for DPS. Then we'll have the room tanks. The room tanks that are marked right now, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, will be going 1 by 1, and we'll be collecting the slimes, the green slimes, from the hallway. We'll be going for 2 rounds. First round is 3 slimes, and second round you take 2 slimes. As I said, we'll be going 1 by 1. So first round, everyone got it, and then second round, we'll go again. Once you have 5 slimes in total, so after the first and second round, you pull all of the slimes, or a big slime, because they should have been fused then by then. You pull your big slime into your room and you place it on the platform inside your room. There's a glowing platform, or it's not really glowing yet, but it's a green platform in the center of your room. You pull it onto that platform and you stay there. Then you just wait. And that's basically the duty of the room tanks. Then we'll have the room healers, and they will be also grabbing a slime, but only on the 3rd round. So then after all the tanks have grabbed their 5 slimes, the healers in each room will also grab 1 slime each, and then pull it into a corner of the room. Do not pull it to your tank, do not pull it anywhere else, just go back inside your room and into a corner. Heal yourself up, heal your tank up, because the green slimes, they will be attacking you both. So keep you both up. And then I'll just call for the tanks to provoke the slime off of you. Once the tank provoke the slime off of you, they will have to, like, make sure that it is fusing the big slime on the platform, and then we can all run to the north side. In the north, there's also a room, also a door. We'll just have to go through the door and then all the way to the right, to the end of that corridor. So that is it for then the room people. Then as you can see, we also have some people in the hallway. Beyond this door and a little bit to the north, the other door, there is a platform there as well, or two of them. And Belgian soldiers will be spawning on those platforms. They have a huge point-blank AoE that is also a knockback, which means we preferably do not want them to hit any slimes. And that's why we have people stationed there to take care of them, to actually hold them there, to not wander into rooms and start knocking everything back. What else? This is right. No, maybe one thing as well. We probably shouldn't see it, as we have all popped our pure essences and all. But if it so happens, the red slime can cast fusion. If it doesn't die early enough, and the fusion can be interrupted by physical range with the ability called Head Graze. And I posted it in party chat again. There in Yell chat. Ability called Head Graze is an interrupt. So if you ever see that fusion cast on the red slime, don't look at any green slimes, please. You only look at the red slime. If the red slime casts fusion, you have to interrupt it with that skill. I think that is it then for slimes on here. Are there any questions so far? We can also start a ready check. If there are questions, you can always press no. A, B, and C is good. Okay, didn't hear anything from golems yet, so we're gonna do that first. Also, every tank, please turn on your tank stances, because we will all be tanking something while we're waiting anyway. There we go, that's a pull timer. As Minerva percepted before, both traps are in the north. There are 3 traps, and forgot to mention that. One is always in the hallway, so be careful, don't run ahead too soon. The south rooms are safe, so 3 and 4 room people can already go in. Room 1 and 2 have to wait a bit. Tank 1, you can grab pure slimes. Room 4, go in and attack the red slime, please. Kill it. Tank 2, you can grab the slimes. You can all move inside the room. There's no traps in the south rooms. And tank 3, grab the slimes. Turn. Tank 1, get ready. You can grab 2 slimes. 1 slime going into room 3. Tank 3, you can grab that slime. Tank 2, you can grab 2 slimes. And tank 3, you can grab 1 more slime. If you don't need to be in the hallway, don't be in the hallway, please. Every healer in the rooms can take 1 slime each. Pull it into a corner of your room. Healer has 1. Okay. Oh. Take that away. Thank you. And chance you can provoke the slime off of your healer now. Drag it through, deal some damage, wiggle around, make sure they are fusing. Okay, fusing. Room 3 is a little bit slower. Okay, everyone out of the north door. You sprint if you need to. If there are any red slimes coming with us, don't forget to interrupt them if they cast fusion. All the way to the end of the corridor. We cannot fall off. Okay, and now we wait. There we go. No casualties as far as I've seen, so we can all hop on the platform. Do this. Okay, I actually didn't see that. Healers, please stay behind. Don't jump on their thingy yet. Or 1 death. Alright. As you get them up with some arises. Might have been actually, I don't know. I actually didn't even see that something happened there. Alright, they're up. That is everyone. Right, don't forget your 2 loot coffers if you have not taken them yet. That is everyone here. Short explanations to Seeker. All of his mechanics are the same as in normal, but they are fast. And with fast, I mean really fast. Like, you will know the difference as soon as you see it. You will have to be very light on your feet, react quickly, and go to the... I thought I put the markers, somehow gone. Okay, and so yes, all you really need to do is like be light on your feet, react fast, and go to the well, either safe spot that I call, or go away from the not safe spots that I call. There's one thing about the sword cleaves. They will also be really fast compared to the normal mode. And we will be calling the safe sides, and also boss relative. So we're looking at the boss is looking at north. If I say left, right, we go start from the left of the boss, 2 cleaves, and then we move to the right of the boss. That is really it for Seeker. One mechanic that you need to watch out for is a look away mechanic with the ice grid and expanding flower AoE. Most important thing is that you make sure that you are not standing on the ice grid, but also that you look away from the eye first. Doesn't matter that you're close to the flower, but just look away from the orb first, and then you can move safely away from the flower that's going to expand. You have enough time for that. A lot of people start panicking there, and they will either try to get away from the flower first and then look at the eye in the process, and then die there, which is not such a good idea. It is really easily solvable if you just stay calm. And remember that is first look away from the eye, and then you can move away from the flower. They can only spawn in the intercardinals, so on the number markers, and I will be calling them out as well. So for you to know. That is it for Seeker. We will also need some volunteers to main tank. If you feel up for it, you can /random. Highest bidder wins. Oh, Jamie actually rolled high for one. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. That is true. Okay. Yuki, sadly, you're not on tank right now. So we have Endri being our main tank, and Jamie can be our off tank in case Indy dies. Okay, so everyone else, you can turn off your tank stance, and parties can start a ready check. If there are any questions, please feel free to press no and ask. It is also a good spot to pop some buff food. It will help. So, yeah. Yeah, you can if you want. Just tell me ahead if you want to do so, then I won't call every in front. So we have A, C, E, F. B is ready as well. We're waiting on D. D is ready. So how do you want to do that, Andre? You want to invuln it? Keep it shut. Okay. All right. Or yeah, just all your cooldowns. All right. Check your time stance again, and I will start the countdown. 20 seconds. Here we go. 2, 1, and pull. First up, raid wide into swords. We will have a shitty pattern. It's gonna be left, right, right, left. Start on the left. Left, right, right, left. Right, right. And left. Okay, look away from 3 and get away from 1. In front or behind, careful, the boss is kind of in the wall, so be in the hitbox actually, stay in the hitbox of the boss. And all tanks in front, don't be near the marked tank. And tanks away. Pull it to the middle if you can. We will all stack up. Don't move out too soon. You can break it now and go behind the wall. Go behind any wall. Stay close to the middle, and we will start on 3. Go on marker 3. The knockback, so we'll go in front of wall number 4. In front of wall number 4. Stay stacked. No more floor AoEs that we're gonna dodge in a bit. And everyone go on sand, on the yellow sand. Next up, we'll have 2 more of those floor mechanics paired with Earthshakers. Everyone on tiles, on the blue tiles. Earthshakers will be out soon and take them away from the group. Away from the group. Next up on sand, and Earthshakers away. Right, facing a cardinal. And everyone to the intercardinals. Numbers markers are safe. Right, stay closer to the middle. Starting on Delta this time, and we'll deal with the swords after. We will be back, front of the boss, waiting for the last dash, and back, front. Front. Look away from 1. Look away from 1 and get away from 2. Stay stacked for now. And break the chains. Great White incoming. And get away from the tank. You are in the front. It's a shitty pattern, sadly. We're gonna start on the right, left, right, on sand, right on sand, left, wait for 2 cleaves, go back to the right, on tiles. Last but not least, on sand again. Right, look away from 3. And get away from... is that 1? Fight some people down. Great White incoming. We will stop DPSing at 3%. Chill a bit right now already. In front or behind, underneath the hitbox also works, don't be on the sides. Okay, can chill, stop DPS. I'm gonna do this one mechanic, and then use heal LB. Clone will jump. And we're all going to Alpha, everyone to Alpha. The clone is facing south. Keep that in mind, everyone behind the walls, and it's gonna be a shitty pattern again. It will be left, right, left of the clone. Left, right, left of the clone. Start here, right. And then left again. Right, stay stacked. Keep it close. Now you can break it, and he'll be from the center. Right. Raid bot incoming, and we can kill the boss. I can ignore that. I have 2 people down. I think they're from E. Try to get them up. Don't forget your loot coffer and careful of the traps ahead. We're all going to the right. And everyone's up, nice. Do you need some buffs? Who was our caster? Elia? Elia, if you can come back to the turn that we took. Elia? Are you here? Yes. Can you come back? Move back? All the way to the turn there that we had to take. And once Minerva says he's ready, you then use a what's it called? Cure 4. Okay. I think he's ready. You can use it. Use it now. Right. And we can move on now. We can start a ready check as well. Well, he has not started yet. Do I have markers for this? No. B, C, E, A. It's D and F still. That is D, right? 7 out of 8, and he's ready, okay. Is Jamie awake still? Okay. Okay, good. Then pay attention to yell chat since we can't have a normal countdown. I'm gonna start in 20 seconds. 15 and 10. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull, pull, pull. Dodge the puddles. I will go scream another time. Then don't be in front of him. I'm gonna dash north first. And then to the south. Beside him, don't be in the AoE. Right. Now we'll have to deal with the line AoEs. And then you will also get a limit cut number. If you have a 1, go to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. Right, dodge the side cleave as well. And let yourself get knocked back to any safe spots. Any will do. Work. Don't be in front or to the right. Boss is gonna turn, spin. Right, and we will have ad phase incoming. So please keep our tank alive. Everyone else can just focus on the boss. Do not care about the ads. Alright, here we go. Very nice. No casualties, I believe. We can move on. Good. Waiting until everyone arrives here. Alright, first things first. Healers, you can if you have some shells, and if you want to distribute some shells, do so now. Then you can swap over to Steel Sting or Spellforge. Let me check the CMD is gonna be Means Guard full sized. Okay, so first things first, we will be dealing with the knights, not with the knights, with the ads, in two phases. As opposed to in normal, you have to deal with them one by one. Here we will deal with them two by two. First phase will be dealing with knight and warrior, and then second phase will deal with soldier and gunner. In the first phase, we would need Spellforge and Steel Sting, and that is only needed in the first phase. After first phase, you can slot it out or do whatever you want with it, but it is not anymore needed. Then also in the first phase, we will deal with the bomb mechanics that you also know from normal, and the wind and lightning puddles. And here, like you'll remember as well, maybe in normal you have maybe a chain on the bomb, and sometimes you don't. But in here, our characters can also get a chain. So here it's very important for you to check in your debuff bar. That is where those debuffs are permanently, in this instance at least. Check in that vicinity if you have a reversal of forces debuff, and that means you have a chain. Is that arm? Yes, it is. I'll post that as well. Just there is the debuff that you have to look out for. I will be then calling out for chains to this, unchained to that. So all you really need to do is pay attention if you yourself have a chain or not. That goes for the bombs and also for the wind and lightning mechanic. With the bombs as well, because there will be two sets. One set of bombs drops first, second set drops last. Which means if you drop with the first set of bombs, you will then have to move to where the first set of bombs exploded to avoid the second set of bombs that are going to explode. A lot of people also die there because they either don't know to move or where to move. But that's why I'm here telling you that you do need to move to where the bomb, the first set of bombs exploded to avoid the second. Aside from that, in the first phase, there's not much else except for one thing. The Dispel. But I believe we have our Dispel tank ready. And the only time that our tank needs to use Dispel there is on the warrior, because the warrior will cause at most 2 boosts, and those 2 will have to be dispelled. Let me check. That is Siri. Can you confirm that you have the spell with you? Got on the bar. Nice. All right. Then moving on to phase 2, we're gonna deal with soldier and gunner. The gunner has a very distinctive, very familiar mechanic, and that is the sniper mechanic that you all know from the 3rd Alliance raid in Stormblood, Orba Monastery, first boss, Mustadio. So you get a shield-like thing around your character with one open side. You just have to turn your open side to the gunner and then to a turret on either east or west. The gunner is always at 1, so you can you just know that already, even if you're not really looking inside the arena. Just know that you have to point your open side to the center, and then after that went off, you then have to put your open side to either east or west, depending on if the turrets there are pointing towards the middle or not, or pointing towards the arena or not. Pretty easy, but just do not panic, and remember it's the open side that you have to face towards the gunner and turrets, and not your full side. Another thing, during that mechanic, we'll also have to deal with the frogs that will have a point-blank AoE on them. Normally, it is either an intercardinal or a cardinal that is safe, but there is also a melee spot. So for especially Delta tank to not move too soon, or that you get clipped by stuff, you can just go to the melee spot. It is around here, let's say, if you want so. Around here, this spot is where it's safe to dodge the 2 point blanks. That is phase 2. There's also a turret mechanic that the soldier is gonna spawn like 2 turrets, and we'll just have to get them down as soon as possible. Nothing too difficult. Our tanks also know to invuln the sniper shot there. Even if not, I'll also call it out. Then that is phase 2. Then moving on to phase 3, if you can see in the CMD, the last picture, there will be reflection orbs. So the yellow circles, they are the reflection orbs. As a healer, you have to at least either take reflect with you or a light curtain, and it is needed here. We have a full group here, so usually we do not need someone to take 2 orbs. But how you would take 2 orbs is basically you stand near your orb, and if you see a AoE indicator on your orb, you then pop your reflect or light curtain, and then you have enough time to take 2 reflection orbs. So as you can see, there is group A, group B, C, D, E, and F, with then the healers 1 and 2. You can discuss with your co-healer which one you're going to take. Please do it now so that it is clear to people. If it so happens that your party has 2 or both, I'm saying 2, if you have both healers down, call out which one we need to take over, or which orb we need to take over. Because if one of those orbs explode, we will all get a damage down. Even though it's not that bad, but we can do without, right? So that is for phase 3. As you may also remember, the ads in phase 3, they will occasionally, they will have a parry on 2 sides, and then 2 sides that you can hit from, and then occasionally they will swap. This will happen as well. You have to really pay attention to it. If you hit a parry, you will get stunned, knocked back, and also gain a rune stack. So if you need to lose a GCD, please do so. If you die there, it would be really bad if we have also already used LB3. So pay attention there. Also in phase 3, we would need all the tanks. So basically, we at first we need 2 tanks to take care of the 4 ads here. And then every other tank that has not tanked the ads, you will turn on your tank stance and grab a hold of the aura spheres. The aura spheres, they will be spawning on either Alpha or Charlie. And you just grab aggro, turn on your tank stance, grab aggro, and kill it ASAP. Once that aura sphere is dead, the main tank at that point will get a marker on top of their head. And once that marker appears, you can then push your invuln. If you push it too soon, you might still die. You really need to wait until that marker is on top of your head before you push it. Alright, that is it for Queensguard. Are there any questions so far? And start a ready check as well. And like usual, if you do have a question, feel free to press no. BC and C. Are they still in voice though? I think they are. They should have at least heard the explanation. And they're back, nice. So we have A, D, C, E. F is already nice. And waiting on E. Oh, yep, E. And E is ready. Right, I would just like say you two, Indri and you, since you're marked anyway, but if anyone else wants to volunteer, you can also do that. Indri can take on a warrior, okay. Yes. And Minerva, no you can't. I don't think our healers will want to keep you up. Alright, you can stand closer to the middle, closer to the ads, but please do not target them yet. I will start the countdown, 20 seconds, and you can start, or at least the healers can start applying the buffs to your party members. Please do pay attention also to our hybrid classes, they need both of those. Alright, 20 seconds. Miranda, can you mute, please? You're speaking into the mic. Okay, pull. You can use your AoEs. And first raid wide. Second, we're gonna skip. There they move. Okay. We have Bravo towards Warrior towards Bravo, and Knight in the center. Don't let them tether. And the first buff, we get rid of Spellforge. Get rid of purple, we need yellow. We need Steel Sting. The first bomb mechanic, we will get knocked back from the center. Do not be dead center and don't be in front, like where the line is. If you're tethered, you get knocked back too small. If you're not, you get knocked back too big. We're gonna get knocked back to 4 and D. To be safe, 4 and D. Tethered too small, untethered too big. And if you drop down, move to where a bomb just exploded. Warrior needs a dispel very soon. This. And a raid wide incoming. Then we will have our wind and lightning mechanic. Again, check if you have a chain or not. If you are tethered, you go to wind. If you're not tethered, you go to lightning. Tethered to wind, untethered to lightning. We're going back to the knight in the center, and we stay close to the knight. Close to the knight, towards Bravo. Close to the knight. And Dispel on the warrior. The raid wide incoming. We might have to deal with another of those buffs. Time Buster. Right, it's the same as before, so no need to worry. Just kill them both. Alright, now we will have Soldier 2 Delta and Gunner in center. First frog mechanic, we will be following the second set that moves. We will be going to 4. Remember your open side to the gunner in the center. And then towards a turret on the side. Buster, followed by a raid wide. Alright, next up we will have the turrets. Once they spawn, we're going to focus on them. Kill the turrets, if not you can use your invuln on the sniper shots. Right, and raid wide. Okay, stop moving at the end of the cast. Sheath your weapons, don't move. And recommence. Next up we'll have jumpy clones, but we might not see them if we kill them now. Right, phase 3 incoming. Turn on your tank stances, every other tank. Okay, aura spheres are here. Right, careful with the parries. I think around marker 3 needs some covering. Careful with the parry. Don't greet it. And second set of orbs will be returning. I don't have any heal up bees, I believe, so if you do have them, you can press it now, but no. Alright, one more person down. Alright, to get them up, don't forget you have 2 covers here, thanks to our successful duel. Like who is Spanish? Oh, I don't need to check. It's Yuki. I remember. Alright. Nothing special for Phantom. Just that we have 4 columns that we have to deal with instead of 2. But the principle is the same. We do need banish for this, or it is preferably that we have it. And Yuki has it slotted, so that is also out of the way. If, hopefully not, but if we somehow manage to get to ad phase, healers will have to heal up the white ghost, and everyone else has to kill the red ghosts. Look, it's not about trust. I have to say it. I have to mention it. So if it so happens, just healers be ready to heal up the white ghost, and everyone else kill the red ghosts. And that's literally it for ad phase. Everything else is very easy. Just follow the call out, and you will be fine. So ready checks up. B, A, E, C, D, and F. That is everyone. Okay, 20 seconds. Check your tank stances. Everyone who has tanked the aura spheres, turn it off now. Yeah, might need to provoke though, because Flare has 1v1, 1v1 has Flare. You know the deal. They deal a lot of damage. And pull. First up, Raid Wide. Into our Gamble, Alpha or Delta. And we're going to Delta again. Don't tell me tomorrow is also going to be Delta. That would be actually funny. Right now we're just going to follow the donut once it spawns. Don't walk into the wall. And we can move to 3. Everyone stays on 3. We're gonna wait for 3 cleaves before we move back to 4. 2 and 3. You can move back to 4. I see some people not being able to count. 2 and 3. Back to 3. And the boss is... Bitch. Panic. A little bit of panic there. Okay, there are traps ahead, so don't run if you don't have perception. Well, I mean, it was closer than usual. Than I think yesterday. Very close to phasing. More traps down the stairs, and please do not auto run, because we would need those traps, or at least some of those traps. Lidu, I'm not playing. Move. Move. I'm playing no games. Pretty much, yeah. Okay. Heartbreak, do you mean that you're gonna die 90%? Like, what? If so, wouldn't it be smarter if I have either shield? But okay, while we're discussing that, that is one thing. That's what I also just spoke about with Heartbreak in my party. At least one tank in the party will need ether shields, because every raid wide has a bleed, and it hurts. Especially those who do not have a lot of fortitude stacks. So while we're while people are sorting that out, at least which tank is taking that, CMD is posted. Very nice. So if you want to take a look in DRS chat, these are the most important things that you have to remember for this fight. Trinity Avowed has 3 major mechanics. Those are the 3 of her weapons: sword, bow, and staff. I'm just gonna start explaining maybe that we will see those mechanics, those weapon mechanics 2 times. So she will do 3 weapon mechanics, and then she will loop again the same 3 weapon mechanics. For the second set of those mechanics, you will get a elemental brand. So if you remember, in normal, you also have a element on your screen that you can see and you have to resolve, right? But here, you have that as well in the first set of those mechanics, but in the second set, you get something extra. And that is not shown on your temperature on the screen. For that, you have to look at your, again, debuff bar and see which debuff you have. If you want to look in the CMD, it's the last 4 images there that you can see from left to right is -2, -1, +1, +2. Those are the only indicators, and they only show in your debuff bar. So you have to keep that in mind. You're solving just your temperature that you see on your screen is not enough. You also have to solve your elemental brand. How you solve the elemental brand is actually pretty easy. Do the math. It's just simple subtraction addition. But do keep in mind that the elemental brand only resolves after the mechanic, or at the very end of the mechanic, more like. So it could be that essentially you see that you don't have a neutral temperature yet on your screen, but it will resolve later with the elemental brand. So don't panic if you don't see a neutral temperature on your screen. Just know, alright, yes, there is the elemental brand and it will get subtracted or it will get added to it, and we're fine. Alright, so that's one thing. That's actually a global thing for the entire fight, with a second set of mechanics. Then, actually going into the mechanics, we're gonna start explaining with sword. The sword cleave, Trinity Avowed is gonna spawn 3 clones alongside her, and she will become untargetable as well. They'll be positioning in such a way as you can see in the GIF, so in the second image there, in such a way that we can only have 1 absolute safe spot. As you can see on the arena in game right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the floor marked there. One of those is the absolute safe spot. Nowhere else, only that spot, or only those 4 spots. So if I say 4 is absolutely safe, on 4 you cannot get hit by any of the swords. And since we need to resolve our debuff, or resolve our elements still, we do need to get hit by a sword, which means you're gonna resolve it 1 cardinal spot from 4. So if I say 4 is safe, you can resolve your debuff, or you resolve your element on 1, on D, on 3, or 1 square south from 4. Those are the only acceptable places where you can resolve your debuff. You can be a bit further away, yes I know, but in range of healing, in range of whatever, it is just safer for you to be 1 square away from the absolute safe spot. I will be calling the absolute safe spot, so it is really up to yourself. to look at what temperature you have and figure out what sword you need to get hit by. In the in the entire fight, yes, on swords you have 2 chances to resolve your elements, because she will cleave twice. You have 2 chances at solving your temperature in the first set, or in the second set solving your temperature and your brand. Every other mechanic that I'm still going to explain, the bow and the staff mechanic, you only have 1 chance to resolve your temperature and brand. Keep that in mind. Also in swords, in the second phase with the elemental brand, it can be that you need to get hit twice. So let's say you have a temperature -2 and your brand's also -2, which means obviously you need to get hit twice by +2. Right, then moving on to bow. The bow mechanic is quite easy, because we'll just have to play a ladder game. And as you can see in the last real image in the CMD, there's only also 2 patterns to it. Either you can memorize the pattern, know where to go, or you be a dumbo like me and you trace where the arrow will go to. If the arrow can take a turn, it will take a turn. So that is really easy to just follow the line and go to the tile that you need to get the arrow on. One more thing on bow 2, so on the second bow mechanic, it might be that your normal temperature that you see on your screen and your elemental brand already negate each other. If that happens, you just have to follow the empty spot in the ladder game, because that empty spot also is a arrow. So just follow that and you will be fine. That's it really for bow, nothing more to say. Moving on to staff. Staff mechanic, we don't have a picture for that, but that's kind of really easy. As you remember from like in normal, the meteors will be spawning on all 4 corners. Except it is with all 4 kinds of temperatures here. In normal is only +1, -1, I think. But here you have -2, -1, +1, +2. So here you have to definitely be careful and look at where you need to get your temperature from, and then go to that meteor. There are also 3 instances in this entire fight that you have force march. 2 will be on the bow mechanic, and 1 is on a staff mechanic. The first that can happen in the bow mechanic is at the very start of the first bow phase, is where we will need to let our force march take us from the center to either Delta or Bravo. Really easy. Second that can happen is during the second bow phase, during the ladder game. There you will have to deal with your temperature, your elemental brand, and your force march. So you let your force march take you to the correct tile to get your temperature. That's really a clusterfuck there. I know there's like 3 things that you have to keep in mind. So if you lose some GCT there, like if you stop and just focus on the mechanic itself, it's fine. We have enough damage. We don't need to worry too much about like 1 or 2 GCTs for you to then die. Okay, so just lose some GCTs if you need to. Focus on the mechanic. Then the last or the third force march that could happen is during the first staff mechanic, where we have to go from the center to a meteor. There you will have a force march and you let it take you from the center to one of those meteors. Easy. Okay. So there, I've said that the raid wights are or have bleed, and that's why we need ether shields. But also one more thing for tanks to keep in mind: every single tank buster is shared. So if our main tank has like 2 red orbs circling around their head or on top of their head, you know you have to go stand next to them and take the cleave together. That's it. You can start a ready check. If there are questions, feel free to ask. Okay. All good. When we're getting cookies. Well, is there anyone who can bake in here? Because I'm for sure it counts. Like, nah. I can cook, but I can't bake. For the love of me. Damn, Minerva actually looking for someone to date. Let's go. Alright, let's see who's ready. That's AFD. E. B missing one. And E. Still waiting on E, I think. No, E is ready. I didn't see that. Okay. Waiting on C, right. Okay. Yeah, if there's anyone who still has shell active or shell in their actions, you can give it out to those who need it. If you don't need a shell, you go inside the arena place. If you do need a shell, you can stand outside of the arena. Okay, let me know when you're ready explaining, Salka. Or just a ready check. No, take your time. Just saying that give me a poke if you're done. Oh man, blueberry muffins are so good. So good. Then what do you want for baked pastries? Pastries. You good? Okay. That seems to be everyone. So, 20 seconds. Get ready. Tank stances should not be a problem. Except our flare star, but they can't do anything about it. Any evokes would be nice. 4, 3, 2, 1, and pull. Starting off with the tank buster, so every tank in front. And into a red white, so either shields up. Okay, weapon mechanics, we will have sword first, so get in front of her. Get in front of the boss. Next up will be get away from the boss. Get away, get away. Back on the boss, and last one will be in on the back of the boss. Which means we are going to start with the bow mechanic. Right, every tank can also stack in front already. Watch your force march. You will let your force march take you from the center to either Delta or Bravo. And we are going to Bravo. Let your force march take you to Bravo. Shit. If there are people who re-raise in the flames, you can rescue them back to the safe spot. Now to deal with the ladder game. 1 and 2. Okay, back on the boss. And either shields up. A does not have one, so... Or we do. Nice. Face the boss towards the center. And everyone gets towards the center. Get in front of the boss. And boss will recenter herself. The boss will become untargetable very soon. Okay, check your temperature. Safe spot is on 3. On or next to 3. 1 is absolutely not safe. On 3 or next to 3. Next safe spot on 2. On or next to 2. 4 is not safe. Okay, back on the boss. And either shields up. Gonna get away from the boss in a bit. And get away now. And again here, watch your temperature. And you will also get a forced march. So let that take you from the center to the correct meteor. Respect the proximity. Back on the boss. I will have a raid fight soon. Either shields up. Also recenter, and we're gonna go behind her. Everyone behind. This is our second bow mechanic. First up, we're gonna have to dodge the ads on the sides. Left or right of the boss, 1 tile left of right. You go into Delta. If you're far away, you can sprint afterwards. Sprint now, sprint now. Right. You will also get a brand now. So watch your temperature. Brand is coming out soon. Brand is out. Figure out what you need to get hit by. You might need to get hit by nothing here. You will also, of course, let your force march take you to the correct square. And trim. Right, back on the boss. And either shields can go up. We'll also have a time buster towards the wall. Tanks can already stack at the wall. After that, face it towards the center. Everyone is towards the center. Alright, boss will recenter again. check your temperature. And check your brand right now. Figure out what you need to get hit by. Safe spot is on 3. On or next to 3. You might need to get hit twice, keep that in mind. The next safe spot is on 4. On or next to 4. Yes, but wait for it. There is the brand that's still gonna go off, so wait for it. And now you can. I'll be Snell. What the fuck? Quick. Fucking Dutch came out, sorry. Oh my god. Sorry about that confusion. I'm actually not good today. Actually, I looked at my Force March, the first one that we got. I looked at it wrong, and it's the first time also actually walked towards the fire instead of away. Can't believe. Okay. If there are newer first timers who want to become mini, you can go back to the purple, not purple, the pink traps in the hallway. Show you a bunch of people stacking up there. If not, you can move on the portal and wait in front of the gate. Oh man, I don't know why that one fucking Dutch word came out. I don't know why, honestly. Actually weird, holy shit. Alright, don't think there are any more people going back for the trap, so you can pop it and come open the gate for us. There will be traps down the stairs as well, so if you don't have perception, wait on the bottom of the stairs. Do not go inside the room. Once they're here, you can, of course. There's one more on the bridge. That's why you don't auto walk. What happened then? Like, the trap was right there. Well, okay. Okay. Very much murder. God. Everyone's here, I believe. Right. First things first. CMD is posted. Very nice. Where to start? For this boss itself is not too hard. The hard thing about this fight is that it has a ad phase, and the ad phase is a bit of a clusterfuck. So, during the ad phase, as you can see on the arena as well, we have placed 4 markers in the 4 cardinals. The boss, once he hits well, lower than 70% of his health, he will start facing, which means he will then become untargetable and spawn 4 ads in the 4 cardinals. The 4 cardinals, I also mean like they spawn closer to the boss, so not exactly on the markers, but in that direction. So once the ads spawn, we will need 4 tanks to kite them around clockwise. Why kiting them around is because once they bonk you, once they get close enough to, slap you or auto attack you, you will get a rune stack. And once you get 2 rune stacks, you get doom and you die. Which is why we have tanks kiting them around with the range attack so they can keep aggro while everyone is gonna kill or try to kill the ads. That's it for the kiting tanks. Nothing there's one more thing, but we can talk about that later. That's it for the kiting tanks for now. Every single DPS, once the boss starts facing, we are going to number 3. As you can see on the floor right now, there are 2 white circles, right? Once the boss starts facing, the white circles are the only safe spots. Everything that's gray and dark is going to be a dead zone, so you do not want to be in there. So once the boss starts facing, everyone else, except for the healers, the tanks that are not kiting, DPSs, all of you will go to 3. And we are going to obviously then start killing the ad at 3. Once we've done that, we'll move counterclockwise to the next ad. Because the tanks are kiting the ads clockwise, the next one will basically already come to us. That's it for DPS. Literally the only job that you have, nothing else. Then there are the healers. I want all of you to be in the inner white circle, because there you will have to deal with earth orbs and fire orbs. The earth orbs have very little HP, but you do need to dispel them first. So put a dot on them, dispel them, and in one tick they will die. Then for the fire orbs, you have to handle them the same as you have reflected the what's it called? The reflection orbs in Queen's Guard. The fire orbs don't really have a AoE indicator until very late, which is why you look at the cast instead. You can target the fire orbs if you're not sure. So to look at when you should pop your light curtain or reflect. About, I think, half of the cast, and then should be fine if you pop it there. That's it that you have to do in the inner circle, but also maybe check your tanks if they're kiting or not, and if they get low, you have to obviously try to give them some heals, especially warriors, gunbreakers, and dark knights if they use their invuln. Why would tanks need their invuln? Yes, that is because at the start of the ad phase, I think right 3-4 GCDs after the ads spawned, there will be traps on the outer circle. When those traps spawn, the only safe spots are the cardinals. As you can see where the markers are right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the only safe spots when the traps spawn. So make sure you are on one of those cardinals. The traps can only spawn in the outer circle, so the healers in the inner circle are safe. It's especially for tanks and DPS that you have to look out, that you make sure you're on a cardinal when those traps spawn. Then, when those traps are spawned, we will then have our tanks, usually our kiting tanks, to pop their invuln and sweep all the way to the next cardinal. So let's say we have a tank starting at 3, they're gonna go all the way to 4 before the trap spawn, and after the trap spawn, they will go from 4 to 1 with their invuln active to sweep all the way there. If there are kiting tanks who are not comfortable with sweeping as well, we can assign someone to sweep for them. But we can discuss that a bit later. I have to think what I need to mention still. There is as well, during the ad phase, some debuffs that we have to resolve. As you can see in the second picture image of the CMD, you see those debuffs in large, push and pull. And you can also see in the first image where you need to stand to resolve them. So obviously a push and pull, it will come from the boss in the center, which means if you need to get pulled, you stand on the outer notch. And if you need to get pushed, you stand on the inner notch. Where's the notch, you ask? As you want to look at the, or in-game, right in front of marker 3, where I'm jumping right now, that is a outer notch. You can see here, an outer notch. Then here is an inner notch. And those notches will be in every cardinal and intercardinal, if you want to look around a little bit. But it will be more visible once the purplish goo is gonna be on the gray area. Right now, you can maybe not really see it that well, but it will become clear. So you have to resolve it in these notches. Then there's also a lightning that goes through the circles, so then you have to dodge into the notches. And then you have a puddle, and you have to just walk out of them. Pretty easy stuff, but you have to be light on your feet and move fast. So that's that. Anything else I need to mention? I don't believe so. The mechanics on the boss himself are quite easy ones. They're really, you should be familiar with a lot of them, and if not, you can also easily resolve it just by listening to the callouts. Of course, the debuffs during the ad phase is individual, so I'll only be calling out resolve your debuff in a notch. So then you have to look at if I have a push or a pull, and you go to the inner or outer notch. Like I said, the boss doesn't have any major difficult mechanics. The thing is though, we want to keep our actions and our burst for the ad phase, so the less time we spend in the ad phase, the better. And that's why we don't need to open up with a good opener on this boss. Just build your resources, build your gauges, and then go ham during the ad phase. So I think that is everything. Can I get some volunteer tanks who want to kite some ads around? Artia? Okay. I think you are a first timer, so I'm gonna assign you to 3 because everyone will be killing 3 first. So you don't have to keep it too long, since you're not too familiar with it yet. I can't find you though. Can you mark yourself as 3? Andrew, take 1. Minerva wants to kite. You know what? I'll let you kite. You can be 4, Minerva. And Selka can then be 2, because I don't think Jamie wants to kite. You can sweep for Minerva though. You want 4, yeah. Gonna mark them there, right? Are the other tanks fine with sweeping themselves? Yes. Good. And Naha, you can also sweep. Let me think. Maybe you can sweep for Artia. That means Naha, you're also first timer, I believe. You have to start on not start, but like start on 3, move to 4, and then sweep from 4 to 1. Okay. Okay. I sorted the spells. Zoe has it. Eva has it. Alright, that's enough, but if there's also another person, that is even better. And I saw something just now. Yes, if we get to Minerva's ad, the ad number 4, or let's start at number 4. Tanks, turn off your tank sense if you can, because if you still have it on and you kill it, or you go there, you might rip aggro. And mark it with 4. Can do that, yes. But I believe it's the last ad that we're gonna kill anyway. It shouldn't matter too much. But so we've got tanks assigned, we got the spell, and ready checks can go up then. If there are any questions, feel free to ask. Another reminder for the kiting tanks, you'll want to be on the next cardinal from your starting cardinal when before the ads spawn. Okay? So that the ad cannot catch up to you. There's B, A, C, E, F, and E waiting on one. Hey yo, are you a rapper now? Hey, welcome in. And D is ready. Alright. Gonna start the countdown. Remember, no need to use your actions or bursts. Just build some gauges, build some resources. And check your tank stances. Only when the boss is phasing, you can turn it on if you're a kiting tank. Not yet. Two, one, and pull. Of a Time Buster going into a point blank knockback. So if you're a ranger or a caster, you can go back already. Or you can use your knockback invuln right now. Right, and dodge a 3 wax. Boss is gonna face everyone to your positions, everyone to 3, tanks to your 1 2 4 marker. Heals in the center, right. Let our tank grab some aggro first, and then we can burst. Oh, there's one loose running tank. Mino. Not anymore. Okay, make sure you're on a cardinal. Make sure you're on a cardinal, every one of you. Oh, that one already popped. Sage. Okay, we're moving counterclockwise, people. Counterclockwise. Resolve your debuff. Look at your debuff, resolve it in a notch. Right. Continue killing. Dodge in a notch. And watch your feet. Puddles. We will have another set of debuffs very soon, but we're not gonna resolve it immediately. So look at your debuffs, but don't resolve it now. No need to resolve it now. You have to hide in a notch. Okay, that was the last tank. Careful of the fire orb there towards 2. And raid wide. Get those to the edge. They will be pulsing as well, so get away from them after you placed it. And everyone can go max casting range. Max casting range. Back on the boss. And we will have another 2 sets of those electric puddles. Get these away to the edge. And another set. Right. Watch the proximity, get away from it. And get back on the boss. There will be 3 wax. Watch them. Right, get away from our main tank. Gonna start looping. We might even see the Time Buster, or might not. At least it started casting. Alright, we have some people down. Healers, please try to get them up. Please do not move to the queen yet. You can grab your loot coffer though. It has a chest plating. That is everyone. Yes, now we can move on. Alright, enjoy cutscenes. We're gonna first wait until everyone's here. Hehe. 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 Because there might be other people who need it. How can you fit 4 erasers in your holster? How? Like, actually, I maybe have like a lot of junk with me, but I think that is everyone. Person coming. Okay, to all the people who does not have any erasers left and also do not have one active, can stand on Charlie, on the marker Charlie, if you need one. Only one person. Anyone else who needs a eraser? No one else? Okay, I think we're good then. Alright, explanations. First things first, Queen is not as intimidating as you think she is. Not 4 of her major mechanics are recycled from Queen's Guard, so you have seen it already. We have to deal with, during Queen's Guard, we had to deal with bombs, wind and lightning mechanics, what was it, the point blank and donut of the night, and turrets. That's it. We're gonna see them again in the 4 major mechanics from Queen here. It will all be called out, so no need to worry. But just remember that you have seen it before, you have done it before, don't panic, and you'll be fine. Then, aside from those, there are also a few mechanics owned to Queen. For example, her Time Busters, one of her raid wides, and also the chesses, super chess and normal chess. So for her Time Buster, we will usually assign Gunbreakers and Paladins, first and foremost, because they don't take any damage with their invuln. They will then invuln the Time Buster hits twice, and then we move to the next tank in line. The Time Buster, if you do take damage, you also get a Doom. It is cleansable, but since we do have Gunbreakers and Paladins, it is just easier to not have to spend a GCD on it. So that's that. That's for the Time Buster. Then we'll also have the Raid Wides. The Raid Wides are the same as in Trinity Avowed, as in because they have a bleed as well. But it has 2 kinds of Raid Wides, a normal one and an enhanced one. The enhanced one doesn't hit harder, but it has some additional mechanics afterwards. You can see when it is an enhanced Raid Wide is when she glows golden. If she does that, does the Raid Wide, then she will spawn a gauge. Once that gauge reaches 100%, she will then gain 4 buffs that we need to dispel. That is 1. At the same time, she will also spawn lightning orbs all around the arena. It is really important for you because they can spawn anywhere, like it's random. It's really important for you if you do not have a light curtain to look out where those lightning orbs are and get away from them, because they will one-shot you. 100%. No question about it. So watch out for yourself, lose some GTDs if you need to, look at where they are and then get away from it. If you do have a light curtain though, once she spawns the lightning orbs and you see it, you can pop your light curtain to be in time. If you pop it a little bit later, it might be that you get clipped because the light curtain is a GCD. You cannot weave it in somewhere. You will die if you try to. So that's another thing to keep in mind. That's it for the enhanced raid wide. But because there's a lot of people who died there, that's why I wanted to actually take the time to point it out that you really have to look for yourself where it is and get away from them if you don't have a light curtain, or if you can't pop it as soon as you can or in time. Then we have the chesses. In super chess, it is a individual mechanic. You can get like 3 kinds of steps, or 3 numbers of steps in total, 5, 6, or 7, as you can see in the CMD that I posted. That strat is 95% of the time correct. 5% of the time you might get hit once, but as it's only 5%, you can still survive with just 1 hit. It is a really good strat to just, it's really brain dead as well, but I can't call it out. I never bothered to learn it, so I'm not gonna call it out. You're all on your own, unless someone who can and who wants to call it out can. But I can't. I will, however, say if the back row is safe or not, and try to also say if the walls are safe or not. Because of course I have to think about my own steps as well, can't just look for you. So that is for super chess. It happens twice. You keep that in mind as well. Then we have normal chess. Normal chess only happens once, and that is all the way at the start of this fight. I'm gonna place a Dorito on myself, because sometimes it might be hard to call out exactly what I mean or where I want you guys to go. So if you're not too sure, if I can't call out fast enough, just follow the Dorito. So that's it for super chess. Normal chess, I mean, sorry. Anything else I missed? I don't believe so. Nope, okay. So we can start assigning our tanks. Any paladins and gunbreakers who want to volunteer taking the time busters? So we have Artia, Naha. Can take 1. Okay. The Indri is also paladin. Do you still have your inform? You should have it back again, right? Ah, okay. Alright. So I have to have you take the second one. Who was it again? Artia also wanted. You can take 3, and who was it again? Naha. I can't find you, I think. You can mark yourself with 4, would be grand. Considering how you both are first timers, it might be that you die before you have to take your time buster, which is fine because I can take over if needed. I'll be tank 5 then. Although for me, my healers, Yuki, Chrysala. Keep in mind I'm a warrior, so I do need to cleanse. If it happens, right? Oh wait, no. It doesn't even matter. I have medkit with me. I'm big brain. Okay. So that is also sorted. Let me think. Things are sorted. If anyone had a question about dispels or who is gonna dispel, usually we have all our healers, or at least also the healers who had it during Minotaurus, to also have it for Queen. So then, if that is clear, we can start a ready check. If there are questions, please feel free to ask. We can take some time to answer them. Alright, let's check who is done. Ready, C, B, A, E. Oh, Born left the party. Did they get kicked? Don't tell me that they got kicked. Well, oh god, okay. Right. Since that is D, can I have one person from E moving to, or having Delta adopt one person from E, so that at least one group has LB3? Oh, that is sad. Anyone? Any volunteers from E? No, what do you mean no? Any job is fine, really. I think Orn was a healer, but trust it so we can solo heal. Any job is fine. You know, your casters can also help you with Q4. So is it settled now? Want to make sure that we have at least a full party there. No one wants to go? Chuck is gonna go. Okay. And leave the party and have the party leader and D adopt you. I think you're standing there, Chuck. Oh fucking no, can I target? There, okay. If you can't find them, it's my target that you need. Please confirm once you are full. I think he got adopted. So his helper change. Alright. Then, if you need some new food, because we talked a bit longer than usual, can reapply some food. And I think then everyone is ready. Didn't check if F was, actually. Okay. you foresaw this, okay. Right. Countdown. Watch your tank stances, only are marked ignore one is gonna tank first. So 20 seconds. Shell is about to expire. Shell is not too necessary, actually. It might help, but it's fine if you don't have it as well. 3, 2, 1. Pull, pull, pull. First up, a raid wide. Either shields up. Injury can actually stack with us. There's no cleaves or anything. So, to every other tank as well. Don't need to move in front or something. Stack together so it's easier for healers. Okay, we're gonna wait for the north wing's glow first. Know where we're going. Going to Bravo. Bravo is not safe. We stand on either side of Bravo. Right, now we can move closer. Here is safe. Don't be in the center, don't be in the center. Alright, first time buster incoming. Use your invuln. So 1 slash. And 2 slashes. Tank 2 take over. And either shields up. I'm gonna go into super chess. Watch your steps, we're gonna end up on Charlie. The back row is safe. Back row is safe, and the Delta wall is also safe. Right, make sure that you're on the safe spots. At least you will erase on the safe spot even if you have Doom. Don't forget to pop another eraser if you have it as well. And we go back on the boss. Either shields up. This is an enhanced raid wide, so she will spawn a gauge very soon. Gauge is 100, start dispelling. Please watch out for the lightning orbs. There's one directly in front of her. Oops. Go inside the dome, it is not optional, you will die if you're not. Come on, like. Okay, the first major mechanic, Relentless Play 1. Reminder that the gunner is always at 1. If you are tethered, you go to wind. If you're not tethered, you go to lightning. We're gonna resolve it towards Charlie. Tethered to wind, untethered to lightning. Also open side to 1. Open side to 1. Then to a turret on the side. Right. And stack up in the center. Time buster number 2. 1 and 2. Tank 3 take over. Right, we will see where we get knocked back to. Get knocked back to 4. Stand around here, stand around here. And we go on Alpha. Big safe spot. Back on the boss, it will be super chest number 2 very soon. Get the shields up first. Super chest number 2. If you have 2 healers dead in the party, you can mark them with chain. Watch your steps. We're gonna end up on Charlie again. The back row is safe. The Delta and Bravo wall are safe. Tank 4 is dead. Alright. We only really need 3 tanks for 3 tank busters. Again, make sure that you're on the safe spot. You can use LB3 after this, but make sure that you have it first, because sometimes it can be that you still need a little bit of the gauge. Double check if you have LB3, you can use it from the center. Okay, Time Buster, you can use your invuln. 1 hit. And the second. Time 4 can take over. You can also tank the boss for a bit, but we don't have any more Time Busters. Just keep the boss on you and stack with the party for easy healing. We will stack between 4 and 3 in front of the boss. Alright, we're gonna go outside. It's a point blank all the way to Charlie. All the way to Charlie. Right, dodge the turrets like a normal. Start dispelling. Watch the lightning orbs. 1 right behind her. Right, get inside a dome. Any will do. Just be inside a dome. Right, nice. Keep the shields up. And we will be seeing Relentless Play 4. We have to deal with the bombs and a knockback from the center. If you are tethered, you get knocked back to a small bomb. If you're not tethered, you get knocked back to a big bomb. Knockback from the center. Knockback towards Bravo. If you're tethered, to small, if not too big. And stop moving, stop moving, stop moving. Don't do anything. Stop moving. If you drop down, move to where a bomb just exploded. The boss will be dead in a few hits once she spawns back. Okay, stack up. And just kill. There we go. That was a very clutch heal LB. Whoever that was. Did it work or not? Oh, okay, good. Nice. I didn't even realize that was our party. Okay, but there are a few people still down, and I think 1 at least that has a cutscene, so wait for the cutscene to go away before trying to rest them. If you are up though, you can grab your loot coffer and then go to the tree in the back. Gonna take a nice picture. One more person. So what was that about your advice doing the thing, Yuki? Don't forget your cover if you have not taken them yet. I did some really whack things during the fight. That is everyone. Okay. For a nice picture. There we go. Picture will be posted in the run thread, where you also found the roster. And that will be it for today. Thank you for joining, everyone. Congratulations on your achievements, on your doggos, and have a nice evening. Tomorrow we'll be going again. Nice. Literally. Holy shit. Oh my fucking. How? Yeah, but how did they know what number of steps you have? Unless, yeah, they have it focused on you, but. The fuck? Big brain. Edge. Can you join tomorrow, Minerva, or not? Okay. Right. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Yes, no, yes, Totally understandable. Okay. Okay, but let me check if banana maybe already didn't. So I still have to do it. Okay. Do you mean? Also, we have helpers. That's why we have PLs. They can do stuff for us. Oops. Okay. But I am kind of starving. I'm gonna hop out and make stuff for tomorrow. So for the people who have also signed up for tomorrow, out on that, it might be that you don't end up on the roster. So do check if you maybe get Holden if someone drops out. Alright, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a nice evening. Bye bye. Yeah. Alright. I'm not rapper, I'm a poet. I don't think I've ever seen a poem being 2 words. 2 of the same words. Just have to check out before I resume when tomorrow. No, and no. Okay. I am actually really starving, so I'm gonna hop out, eat something, and then make the roster for tomorrow evening. We do also have a run in the morning, or morning, noon-ish, for Central European. But I don't think anyone's gonna stream that. I know for a fact that Banana doesn't. But for me, be coming back to evening. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out, dropping by. And tomorrow we go again. I'm actually really happy, I have to say, I'm really happy that every run this week up until now has been successful. At first, I actually really thought that not a lot of people would be crazy enough to sign up to a whole week of DRS, but here we are. Actually, every single run had at least 5 parties, I think. Or at least more than 30 signups for one roster. Which is pretty good. Oh wait, that's not 5 rosters, that's 4 not roster. That's 4 parties. But yeah, like, didn't expect that. A lot of crazy people around, not only me. But yeah, quite happy. I'm gonna go off now. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for dropping by, and very nice evening. See you tomorrow, maybe. Bye now.